Okay, hello. Let's see. Hi. I see we have a viewer. Hi. So let's get started. This is still awkward for me to do a live stream. I've been doing them for about, I think this is my 6th one. So, yeah, it's still weird doing these, just talking to yourself. But let me know where you're at. If you want to tell me where you're at, I'd be curious to know where you're watching from. Yeah, I think tonight we're going to carve a policeman, as you can see from the picture there. I carved this ages ago. This was one of the first designs that I drew up, or sketches that I drew up for figures, and it's been a while since I've carved one, and since I'm not super organized with these live streams, it was kind of a last minute decision on what to do tonight. Yeah, I haven't really done much. I haven't really had a chance to do much carving related stuff this week, so yeah, this is the first time this week I think I'm carving something, so yeah, we'll get started now, I guess. So let me just get my pencil out. Okay, hope you've had a good week. I'm gonna start by stropping my knife. So the knife I'm using, if you can't tell, it's a OCC Tools knife. I use it all the time. This is like my go-to knife. It's a 1 3/4 blade, I think. I think it's about that big. And it's a flat grind as well. So yeah, that's that. And the cutout that I've made of the figure, it's about, I don't know, nearly 4 inches and about 1.5 inches both ways. 4 inches long, 1.5 inches wide. I do have music playing. Maybe I should have paused that while I'm talking. I don't know. Don't really know what I'm doing, so please let me know in the chat if give me a thumbs up or something if everything's cool. If you just want to hear the music, let me know. I don't know. But I'll start carving in a second. Just need to get my knife sharpened. Have a drink of water. Right. Okay, I think the music is going, and I think it's like Mozart, but I'm not sure because I can't hear anything. So it's really awkward when you can't hear anything, and it looks like something's playing. So enjoy the music if it's playing. It's probably better than my voice. So hey, okay, music is going, and this level sounds fine. Great, thank you. Thank you. And I don't know if I can just see the chat or if everyone can see the chat. It doesn't really matter. But, still trying to figure these things out. So to start this, I'm basically just drawing lines, trying to get an idea of how things are going to be proportioned, I guess, and it's basically just center lines. And then I'm using those lines to then make cuts, and hopefully it'll make sense once I start going. But and I usually do usually have it. I'll use this pen. I probably need to zoom in a bit. Ooh. Okay, that's probably better. Hopefully this shows up a bit better. I'll try to stay in the frame as well. I'm still getting used to that. I'll stop making excuses eventually, but for now, I'm making excuses. So, center lines, I'm drawing a line where I need to take off some wood around the head as well. So we can carry on around the head. And I think, I should have mentioned this at the beginning, live stream every Thursday, 9 p.m. and I either paint or carve something. I think tonight will just be carving, and I've got some other carvings that I need to paint, so I'll probably paint next week. So just letting you know. I'll make a start. It's always tricky when you're carving like live because something can go horribly wrong, and there's no way to like. Well, there could be a way to save it, I guess. Depends on what happens, but hopefully nothing will happen that bad. You can already see there's a bit in the wood that's a bit tricky. That's fine. And I'm based in the UK, and what I've found is lime, which is what's used over here for carving, primarily. It can be tricky. It's good. It's not as good as basswood. It is different than basswood. I've had the opportunity to try basswood, and it's so much, in my opinion, it's so much better than lime. But lime is very temperamental. I guess basswood can be as well. Temperamental, I guess, is in, you get good pieces and bad pieces, so I guess the same can be said for basswood. But that's why I tend to, even for smaller stuff, I tend to just do cutouts, because I've been carving for about 5 years, and just my preference is just to work from cutouts and not from the block. So, okay, we've removed some wood from the head. That's really nasty in there, but we can keep carving down a bit, and hopefully that'll go away. We'll see how it goes. So what do I do next? I tend to, let's draw. Kind of like drawing lines down, kind of the width of the head down, so it's kind of roughly in quarters. And then here, I won't quite go in quarters. Just like that. I'm not going to take any wood from here because that's where his arms are going to be, like his elbows. His arms are going to be crossed. Like that, something like that. We'll sort it out. Okay. So now take some wood off. Just taking the edges off. I need to fix my glove. I feel like I say that every week. That in my squeaky chair. But, man. Go ahead and cut in the back of the arm. Maybe before that we'll bring down, cut down a little bit of this wood. So this is also a UK policeman. He kind of looks like a cone head at the moment, but the idea is you could tell by the picture that some of the policemen over here wear these big police hats. I don't know, helmets, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what their official name is, but not all of them wear it, but some of them do. So I tend to jump around, by the way. You couldn't tell. I'm basically just rounding things and taking wood down where I can. So I'm trying my best to talk through how I'm approaching this, but I'm not the best, so I'm still new at doing this kind of stuff. So I hope you'll just bear with me. So taking down his shoulder area a bit, I'm pretty much just, as I'm carving, trying to keep things symmetrical. I like doing symmetrical stuff. So take it down a bit more. Take this down a bit. Still trying to get that, whatever that's called. I don't know. I've never, no. Okay. Well, that might just stay there. Okay. been in camera. Not that that camera matters much. So I am going to change the view for a while. That probably makes things way better because you don't have to see me. But you still have to hear me. Sorry. But I'll be quiet. I'll try to only speak when I feel it's necessary. But I could just keep talking. I don't know. It's just me here. Okay, so I'm trying to get rid of all the saw marks. I'm trying to get that in there. I think we could probably cut the bottom of the arm now. Might take a little bit more wood off the corners. Okay. I'll go ahead and take some wood from behind the arm. Okay. Okay. So maybe I'll take a little bit more here. Not super symmetrical. I guess I need to take some more off of here. That's all right. Okay. Just taking saw marks away. I hope this is clear enough. go around now, I think, and try to remove some marks. Drink of water. Just trying to work out where to make the cuts for his arms. Okay. So, just thinking what to do next. I can probably just make a start on. Just trying to think if I want to. Put the helmet right around here. Take all these rough marks off. Let's start on the face here. Sorry, I've changed my mind already. I'm going to try to do some small ears on the side of the head. And then from there, do the face. So, sorry, like I said before, I tend to jump around a bit and change my mind on what to do next, so, yeah, sorry. Trying to make sure the ears are symmetrical. Okay. Take some wood off. Too bad about that. that's kind of annoying, but oh well. Oh well. Okay, I see we've got some viewers. Are there any woodcarvers in the chat? Any woodcarvers? Let me know. Let me know. You don't have to let me know if you don't want to. That's fine. No pressure. But I'm always curious. Or you can let me know where you're from. But again, you don't have to. I'm sitting right now carving in Suffolk. In a little town, market town called Stowmarket. If anyone is familiar. A bit too crazy with this one. Just trying to clear this up a bit. Should probably try to explain what I'm doing. I'm trying to create the mounds here and then take away wood on either side obviously for the ear, but it's kind of an awkward space to get to. And I only like using a knife, really. I have other things, but I tend to just use one knife. It's probably because I'm stubborn. I do use other tools at times, but I really just like the idea of one tool. You know, just having, not that I have one tool, but just using one tool on a carving. I'm trying to figure out how can I be the most efficient with this, just one knife. So, I don't know. But there's definitely times where I don't hesitate to use another tool if I feel I need to. Messing around too much with this, but yeah. Basically got some ear mounds created, and now because of that I feel alright to move on to the face. So actually, yeah. Okay. Let me take a drink of water. Let me change my view real quick, so you can see me. Not sure if you've been here the whole time, but just to recap, I don't even think I've said my name, but my name's Caleb, and I've been doing live streams for not very long, but this is my 6th one, I think, and I've been carving for about 5 years. I'm not going to give you my whole life story, but policeman, flat plane, figure. I do a lot of flat plane stuff. That's probably my, I don't know, I just like that style, and I tend to stick with that. Again, probably because I'm stubborn sometimes, maybe, but I don't know, I just like carving flat plane stuff. I'll carry on. I'll stop jibber jabbering. Let me go back to this view. But hello, if you've been here for the whole time, or if you've joined since I started, thanks for watching. So I made that cut in for the brow ridge. So it's not going to look exactly like the. Actually, I'll stick with this one for a bit, so you can see the photo here. When I started carving this one, I didn't put eyes in, but for this I think I'll add eyes. So it'll look a little bit different than the design. By the way, if you are a carver, I swear I'll continue with this, but if you are a carver, I'd love to see you take this design and improve it. Or like, you know, carve one as well, and like let me know, because it'd be cool to see what other people do, or how other people change what I've done. Of course, that's optional. But, what was I saying? So yeah, it's gonna look different than the design. I've cut in the brow ridge, so like this part. And what I like to do, and it might be a bit awkward because the arms are coming out, because I don't want to like bash the knife into my arms. Well, not my arms. The figure's arms. I might try to do something like this, where I'll take it really wide like that. So the nose will end up being like that bit. Hopefully it'll make sense once I start cutting, but I like to kind of cut a K when I do a face. And hopefully this will hopefully it'll come together. Something might go wrong, because that's always inevitable if you're trying to show somebody something, that something will go wrong, but we'll see what happens. So I'll make a start, and I'll be adjusting some things anyway. So I'm not too worried if something does go wrong. I think there's enough wood to, it'll be alright. So, okay. So I've cut in a K, for the start of one at least. Go back over the brow line. So I've kind of cut that line, cut down like that. So I'm trying to get better with speaking, so I tend to say kind of and like and a lot, so sorry about that. But I'm trying to also find a good way to explain, if it's not entirely obvious, the cheek area I'm cutting into, I guess. I'll do the other side. Flip it upside down, try not to like cut myself. So I've cut in like that, and then I'm cutting down to that other cut. Like that. So I'll go back over the brow ridge. So we've got a K cut in like that. Now the next thing I'll do is cut under the nose. So I'll cut this bit right here. I gotta be careful when I'm cutting up to this, because if I carry on, I'll just cut the nose off. So just cutting like that. I'll go back over this, both of the lines. When it comes to the face, it's just a lot of, going over the same cuts. Or at least that's what I tend to do. Just trying to make things tidy. So I'm just taking the corners off of that triangle kind of area. I'm going to start shaping the nose a little bit. It's kind of a big nose, but that's fine. I really hope that's coming in okay for everybody. Let's take a little bit off of here. Okay. The next thing I like to do is make the inside, this bit in here, on both sides of the nose and between the eyes, or in the inside corner of the eyes. Take out little chips, take out little triangle chips, just to make that area a bit deeper. So I've cut along the side of the nose, flip it over, cut that other side, and then the top of it, that comes out like that. I'll do the same on the other side. I just have to flip over, up, like that. And Hopefully it's relatively clean. There you go, like that. Okay, let's bring this bit down a little bit. Oh, so some of the wood chipped out here, that's okay. We can just take it down some more. Take it way down. And then along the side, so this is the brow ridge line, obviously. I like to cut here, like slant it down a little bit. Make cuts like that. So I'll just make a cut there and cut there. I might try to make the brow ridge cut again a little bit. Okay. I hope it's relatively clear. Not done yet, but we're getting there. I'm going to try to make some cuts kind of to deepen this bit by the nose. I don't know the technical term, but I'm just kind of making similar to what we did up here with these. I'm doing that down here to make this a bit deeper. And the profile, get there. Probably take his cheeks back a little bit, but that's okay because we're going to cut in the eyes. Let's take this pen mark off, take this. Eyes, I make a stop cut like that, just along the lines. So do this side first. So flip it upside down. Gotta be somewhat careful here because this is another area where if you're too gung-ho with the knife, you'll slice off the cheek. You do kind of have to be fairly careful, but I like doing that. The eye. It's nothing too crazy because it's a small figure, so there's only so much detail. I think. It's all personal preference though, so you can carve as much or as little as you want. So now you've basically got the nose and the eyes. The ears are coming along. We still have to do a little bit of work, but at least the space for them is set. What should we do with the mouth? We could actually just give this guy a massive mustache, which I think would look kind of cool. I think I'll do that. literally just going to be carry that line down, cut in here a bit more, and then try to cut like here. Hopefully you'll see what I mean. I'll go back to that view. I don't know if that changes anything for you, but hopefully it's better. I really hope it's clear. If it's not clear, let me know. I'm still working out the technical side of things with live streams, and there are some limitations with stuff like that as well. So it's always a work in progress. So my apologies if it's not coming in quite well, but take his cheeks down a little bit. Okay, I want to just take a little bit of wood, like here, for like the temple, which will then just push his cheeks out a little bit more. I cut a bit too much, so make the eye a bit bigger. Just going over some of these cuts. I hope I'm not just mumbling. Hopefully it makes sense what I'm saying. This would be perfect for like a V-tool. Do I have one within reach? I don't think so. So, well, I'll come back to that. I think I need to shape the hat a little bit. So, I could really do with some reference photos besides the drawing. I think I'll try to print some reference photos maybe for when I paint. But everyone knows what I'm talking about, right? The police hat that I'm trying to carve here. Like for a bobby. Policeman in the UK, in England. Okay. Kind of looks like this. now I'm just trying to shape the ear a little bit. For ears, all I tend to do is a 7, like that. Seven, backward 7. Okay. Just cut along either side of the line. Do this one. Okay, once you have that, a bit more shaping. Back of his head in a bit. This is all going to be hair anyway. Repaint him. Let's see, I think I still got our design here. Ooh. Okay, what's the time? Okay, an hour. I tend to try to keep my live streams like reasonable length. Ideally, I'd like to carve something completely. Like I said before, I haven't really quite worked out the format. It's kind of been a mix so far, but we'll carry on. But yeah, around an hour, hour and a half. That's kind of, at least that's nice to aim for. It also depends on how tired I am. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm adding in lines for the top of a vest. Well, you can see. I keep forgetting this. I added the design in there. You can see already. But that's what I'm cutting in first, and then I'll cut in the shirt. So let's do that. Hopefully I'm in frame. I think somebody's watching now, so thanks for watching. Hope you're doing alright. Hope you're having a good day, good week. I'd say more, but I need to focus on not cutting myself here. I feel like that's bound to happen. Trying to like talk to somebody and carve at the same time. Multitasking. This is a bit messy. So grain direction, I think, is causing a problem. At least that's my excuse. A lot of this stuff can be tidied later, but I hope you get the idea. So I'm just cutting in a vest. Probably need to make some adjustments once that's all done. It's causing me a problem here. Vest. Getting there. Okay, now the shirt. Just add lines there. Similar on the other side. Now I'll cut them in. So I'm cutting down on the line and then I'm cutting up to it, so that way the arm is going into the shirt. It's just something to be mindful of when you're making these kind of cuts. Probably have to make some adjustments once this is done to make it look, yeah, I'll make some adjustments. pretty much just down to tweaking it until it looks right to you anyway. Everything is personal preference at the end of the day. Okay. Ta-da! Top of the vest and the shirt cut in. So the next thing is the bottom of the vest, cutting it around. The drawing, I have the legs open, but I've cut out the legs together. So we will draw a line for the vest. Bring that up a bit. I think from here it should be relatively straightforward, just cutting in the line for the vest. Then we'll work on the legs and the feet, everything. I still haven't forgot about the mustache. I will come back to that as well before it's done. I'm just going to cut along where I drew. And I will stop talking. Hope the music's still going. I think it is. Yeah. I can't hear it at all, so should be classical music. Okay, so that's the vest done. Now for the feet. I gotta take some saw marks off that I missed earlier. Okay. Get in there. Something like that. We're going to take this wood out. And to do that, just slowly cut away this wood in between his feet. Almost there. Take that in a bit more. Okay, so I've removed the wood between the feet. Now I'm going to cut down and basically take a triangle out of this area. Can't really draw it, but if you imagine like that, it'll be obvious, I think, when I start cutting it. So taking this down, taking the wood down on the other foot, trying to remove the wood and clean that up in between the feet. And it's not perfect, but it'll be alright. I think that's alright. You get the idea. The next thing, I think, will be to separate the legs. I'm going to try to cut on either side and just chip this area out, make it a bit deeper. Like that. Back here. Similar, just cut either side. Shake the feet a bit. Almost done. Making sure they're symmetrical. Could take them down a bit as well. I think for the bottom of the trousers, I'll just cut a line here. So, cut on one side a bit, and then from the foot, cut up to the line. You got short, stubby legs, but that's okay. So like I said, for the mustache, V-tool would be great. Do I have a V-tool? Maybe I do. Hold on. No. Knife only. I will use my knife. I'm just making little cuts. So I want it to be obvious that it's a mustache, so want to get myself into trouble doing this with just a knife. Just a knife, but yeah, I can't. It's difficult to get to some areas because the arms are in the way, and I don't want to mark up the arms. At the same time, the wood around the mustache could be easily chipped out, I think, so trying to take my time, but also don't want to take forever. But this is the last thing that I'll be doing, so and I'm not on a time limit anyway. Okay, so that's one side. How riveting is that to watch? Hope you can pick up my sarcasm. Sorry, I think I was out of frame there for a second. Alright. Taking one last look around. Maybe add some cuts for wrinkles. Wrinkles in the trousers. Too crazy, but a little crazy is all right. Okay. Yeah. That's basically it. I might go around and do some tidying, some more, adjusting little bits here and there, but I think I'm happy with that. If you've been watching the whole time, thank you for watching. Like I said before, I'd like to see what you do. Let me know. If you end up carving this and you have a social media account, find me, let me know. or make a post about it and tag me in it, or whatever. It'd be cool to see. Hopefully that's helped. I hope that I found a balance between talking not too much and enough to have it make sense. But yeah, I'm still new to all this, and I'll be back again next week. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I don't know what I'm doing, just in general, but I don't know what I'm doing for the live stream yet. It tends to be a last minute decision, so we'll see. But 9 p.m. London time, so that's GMT time. I don't think there's anything else, so I better just turn it off, because there's not really anything else to say. Yeah, hope you have a good rest of the week. Hope you have a good weekend. And take it easy. See you later. Happy carving.